In this short video, we're going to be looking at leveraging your existing customer data to create an email automation strategy for each distinct stage of the customer journey. So we're going to look at pre-purchase, when the customer first discovers you, trying to convert them for the first time, post-purchase, when they purchase the product and they need nurturing to make that repeat sale, as well as churn risk, so when the customer is considered lapsed, and strategies that you can do to reactivate them. So let's get right into it. Number one is looking at your post-purchase surveys to decide how to nurture new subscribers. And this is very important. Any type of variation from when did you first discover us, hear about us, you can use that data to inform your welcome flow, sunset flow, as well as campaign targeting strategy. So when you start to drill down into these questions, what you will actually see is, yes, a high percentage of customers do convert very quickly after first subscribing or learning about you through an ad, but a huge portion of customers still go on to convert later down the line, and they shouldn't be discarded immediately. In the past, I actually used to sunset people quite quickly if they weren't engaged. Today, I take a much more considered approach after looking at some of these strategies. And my opinion is that actually a lot of people just need a longer nurture sequence, and you shouldn't scrub them off the database quite quickly. So how is this going to impact your strategy? If you look at your welcome flow, make it more prolonged. If you look at your campaign targeting strategy, you will need to cast a wider net and not discard people who don't convert very quickly, as well as the sunset flow as well. Don't cleanse people from the database if they don't convert immediately. My opinion is, as long as they're engaged over email or CRM channels, then it's fair game to continuously target them. So be very careful and patient with getting people off the database who don't convert very quickly. Oftentimes they don't convert right away and they just need a bit more nurturing. The second thing I like to look at in relation to post-purchase strategy and what results in the best lifetime value and retention is your customer cohorts. And if you start to slice down by product entry route and also acquisition channel, you will see some very interesting data. Oftentimes you'll see that retention is determined primarily by which product or offer someone comes in through at the top of the funnel. And this is going to make you be more considered with how you construct these acquisition offers. And you also might be surprised as well to find that some of the hero products that you emphasize very heavily don't necessarily result in the best gross margin over time. So it's very important to drill down further, slice and dice by product as well as channel, to find out whether actually you need to start with better acquisition offers to generate better retention in the long run. Another element I think this helps with is just overall brand awareness. If you do discover certain products that have a great lifetime value, make them more prevalent in your marketing. Again, not just necessarily in the acquisition funnels, but in your post-purchase communications, and also just the overall brand strategy. Push those products to the forefront and emphasize them more because they're more profitable to the brand. You can also experiment with things like bundles and gift with purchases, trying to get customers onto these products. Now, building on from obviously what generates the most lifetime value, I do like to look at repurchase rates for specific cohorts as well as the products they came in on. And you want to find out when they're most likely to come back and buy again, as well as when they're likely to not come back, and then try and time your automation and messaging around these key periods to drive replenishment. It can be more difficult to do if the product is not necessarily a consumable, but if it is, you'll start to see some very clear trends on when customers come back, and that will lead us into the next point, which is when they're likely to churn. So number 3 is looking at those repurchase rates by cohorts and seeing when people are unlikely to come back. This will determine the aggressiveness or the frequency and cadence in how you go after people in that post-purchase window. Now, it's very important not to necessarily just discard people if they don't convert, because I've seen a lot of the times win-back campaigns going way beyond 180 days, even a year, be quite effective. So yes, the chance of them converting again does go down dramatically, But it's important not to just cleanse these people from the database, because there is an opportunity with campaigns, especially around heavy sales promotions like Black Friday, Cyber Monday for a lot of brands, to cast a wide net and bring back some of these historical customers and put them back into the net active customers. So that's it. They're the 3 tips. Look at your post-purchase surveys to determine how to nurture people, how long to continuously try and get them to convert. Look at your lifetime value post-purchase to see how you can create more effective acquisition strategies and what products you need to get customers on to drive the most profits and retention for your brand. And looking at the churn data, so when do customers repurchase, when are they unlikely to come back again. This will tell you how you need to go after people and when they're unlikely to buy again and when they need to be considered in your win back campaigns. If this is helpful, leave a comment or ask me any questions. I will get back to you straight away. And please hit the like button and subscribe to help the channel grow. I'll see you again soon.